station.
You're listening to Carnival Radio.
Good evening, this is World News from Carnival Radio. I am Oluwadami Larry Badmos. To begin the news this evening, we start from Africa. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has warned that Israel's ongoing actions are blocking prospects for peace in the Middle East. Speaking at the Arab Islamic Summit in Doha today, Monday, Sisi said development threatening Israel's security and that of neighboring peoples. He cautioned that the situation was creating obstacles to any future peace agreement. The Egyptian leader further noted that even existing accords face the risk of being undermined. His remark reflects regional concerns over the broader impact of Israel's policies on stability and diplomatic efforts. Moving forward to Asia, Indonesia's central bank is expected to pause its easing cycle on Wednesday, according to a Reuters poll of 31 economists. The survey conducted between September 9 and 15 showed unanimously expectation that Bank Indonesia will leave its 7-day reverse repurchase rate unchanged at 5.00% when its meeting ends September 17. The outlook follows renewed pressure on the ROFA after France Minister Sri Mulyan's inward rate removal, which erased earlier gain from a U.S. trade deal struck in mid-July. The central bank has intervened to steady the market, but the currency has still fallen about 1% since the agreement. Back-to-back rate cuts in July and August alongside the weaker ROFA are seen as key reason to hold policy despite an expected U.S. Federal Reserve cut later in same day. In Europe, Britain has barred Israel officials from attending the Royal College of Defense Studies in London following the escalation of the war in Gaza. The Ministry of Defense confirmed on Monday the ban will take effect from next year, preventing Israeli students from joining the postgraduate program in international strategic studies. Officials said the step followed Israel's declaration in August to expand its military operation by seizing Gaza City, where about 1 million Palestinians are sheltering. A defense spokesperson described the Israeli action as wrong, adding that London had decided to pause future Israeli participation in Ukraine-run courses. Israel's Defense Ministry Chief Amir Abraham condemned the decision as discriminatory and a betrayal of an ally at war. In South America, Brazilian economists have lowered their forecast for interest rates in the end of 2026, according to a central bank survey released Monday. The median estimate from over 100 respondents now puts the Selic rate at 12.38% compared with 12.5% previously, ending 32 weeks of unchanged projections. The Selic currently stands at 15%, its highest in nearly 2 decades, and it's expected to remain there after Wednesday's policy meeting. Officials have signaled rates which will be held steady for an extended period to curb inflation above the 3% target. Survey participants project cuts will start in January and continue through 2026. In North America, US President Donald Trump on Monday said he would declare a national emergency and federalize Washington, D.C. after Mayor Marley Browser stated its policy would not cooperate with immigration and customs enforcement. The dispute counter on information sharing about individuals living in or entering the country illegally. More than 2,000 federal troops are already patrolling the city following Trump's August order deploying the National Guard. The move has sparked protests, with thousands taking to streets this month over what critics called federal overapproach. However, Trump insisted on Truth Social that crime in the capital has virtually disappeared for the first time in decades. In Australia, a landmark report has warned that 1.5 million Australians living in coastal area will raise sea level by 2050. The National Climate Risk Assessment, the country's first, predicts more frequent floods, cyclones, heat wave, droughts, and bushfires. Climate Change Minister Chris Bowen said Australians are already living with the effect, stressing that limiting warming will protect future generations. The report assessed risk under warming scenarios above 1.5, 2, and 3 Celsius, noting heat-related deaths could rise by 400% in Sydney and triple in Melbourne. It also warned that no community will be immune, with property value projected to drop by 611 Australian billion dollars amid cascading climate risks. And with that, we've come to the end of the world news this evening. You can check out our website at www.carnivalmedia.ng. You can also download the Carnival Media app on Google Play Store and the iOS App Store. My name remains Oluwadamilare Badmus. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good evening.